Joan, I heard you talking about that. I heard you talking about that trade school story with Harvard.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I love that story for so many different reasons.
Not something you'd expect at Harvard now, would you?
Well, they're being forced into it. I mean, Trump is forcing them to, I guess, run these trade schools. The whole point is that we need the trades to continue to try to, continue with our journey towards AI and being AI dominant for the world, right? Trump wants us to be the dominant AI country in the world. We need people to be able to do that. That's where the trade comes in. The trade schools come in. And President Trump says, listen, Harvard, if you want all that money back, then you've got to start running these trade schools. I think it's kind of funny because, of course, Harvard, let's be honest, Harvard is pretty uppity. And so I can imagine that they're like, you want us to do what? You want us to teach people how to, fix engines and do all of these other things? And Trump is like, yeah, because we need tradespeople. And I think that it's great. I had not heard this story until actually early this morning. This was President Trump yesterday talking about this.
You mentioned a deal with Harvard, Mr. President. What is that deal? Will they be paying the administration?
Well, we're in the process of getting very close, and Linda's finishing up the final details, and they'd be paying about $500 million, and they'll be operating trade schools. They're going to be teaching people how to do AI and lots of other things, engines, lots of things. We need people in trade schools. I remember when I went to school, I had some people that weren't particularly good students.
You mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, he's right. How many people, I mean, I know several who barely graduated high school, right? Barely graduated high school, or maybe didn't, but they picked up a trade and those people are making six figures. And then how many people do you know that went to is it unfair of me to call Harvard uppity? Like you think of Harvard, you think uppity, don't you?
I think hoity-toity.
Hoity-toity. I believe that Harvard is hoity-toity. I like uppity too, though, uppity too. But I like that Trump is basically saying, no, you want this money back, then you are going to help us get trade schools going across the country. $500 million deal. And I mean, personally, I think this is great. I think this is outstanding for so many different reasons. Now, one of the things that I would like to see the president do, I would like to see the president also, and I this may vary depending on state, but I know a guy, and I've talked about this before, who did not graduate high school, and he is an outstanding welder. But he can't get certified because he doesn't have a high school diploma. And he's trying to get a GED, but he's having a hard time. He's a really good welder. He's been doing it since he was like 12 or 13 years old. But because he doesn't have a GED, he can't get certified. And he could literally double his income if they would remove that GED requirement to allow people to get certified.
Yeah.
Now, I would love to see that because I think my friend, I love him, but books and that kind of thing are not his strong suit.
No, my great-grandfather, one of the things that my grandfather prides himself on, dropped out of school in 8th grade.
Yeah.
And had to work on the farm to help feed the family.
Yes.
And then went and worked for the Ohio Drilling Company and worked his way up into the company to afford to be able to get married and have his own family with my grandfather. And he prided himself on the idea, the same thing that Charlie stood for in being an autodidact is, you know what, I can teach myself anything if I put the time and the patience in to do it.
Well, that's exactly right. And there's so many people that are self-taught. There's so many people that had to drop out of school for whatever reason. And for some folks, it's because of family reasons where they had to try to help, raise their brothers and sisters after a parent dies. Or it might just be because they weren't real smart. Maybe it was because, honestly, they were drinking and partying too much. And then they get to the age of like 24, 25, and it's like, oh, crap. What do you mean I need a high school diploma? So, I mean, I've said this before where I just think that if you if you allow tradespeople to just be tradespeople and they don't need a high school diploma to get certified, I think that would be the smart thing to do. I don't know if any lawmakers are willing to take that on. I've also seen conflicting stories as far as whether or not people need a GED or a high school education to get certified. Maybe it depends on the trade, because some people have said, well, no, if you're a welder, you actually, if you go through the union or something, you don't need to have that high school diploma. I don't know.
And maybe state to state, to your point, maybe a union
thing. State
to
state, union thing, whole thing. So, but if they need welders, then they ought to take away that requirement to that you need a high school diploma. President Trump continued talking about this.
You mentioned a deal with Harvard, Mr. President. What is that deal? Will they be paying the administration?
Well, we're in the process of getting very close, and Linda's finishing up the final details, and they'd be paying about $500 million, and they'll be operating trade schools. They're going to be teaching people how to do AI and lots of other things, engines, lots of things. You know, we need people in trade schools. I remember when I went to school, I had some people that weren't particularly good students, but they could take a motor or an engine apart blindfolded and put it back blindfolded, but they weren't too good at other things. And
yeah, see? I mean, everybody's got their strength. Everybody's got their strength.
Their God-given talent.
Their God-given talent, Joan, that's right.
Yeah.
And if they've been doing this stuff, you know, the thing is, there's people that, as Donald Trump just said, that if they've been taking cars apart since they were knee-high to a grasshopper, then why not just allow them to do that? Because, you know, there's people with high school diplomas or even certifications in college that are not very good at fixing cars and so forth. So, you know, I think that it would be fair if they took away that. I'm a little distracted because what is going on? 100,000?
Apparently yesterday, 100,000 federal employees quit.
Well, that makes it easy.
Yeah.
Do we say thank you?
I guess.
From what agency? Joan, do we have that? Like, have you been talking about that?
It's
I saw a headline.
Yeah, so it's that 100,000 of the people who took their buyouts. I think the buyouts ended yesterday.
The buyouts ended yesterday.
Yeah, the planned 100,000 resignations comes as part of this program known as the Deferred Resignation Program.
Okay.
Many U.S. workers cling to their paychecks. Federal employees in the thousands are willfully walking out the door. Today, meaning yesterday, this is in Fortune magazine, America will experience its largest mass resignation in history. The result of the Trump administration's fork in the road deferred resignation program that staffers have taken up over previous months. They were allowed to transfer their workload and go on administrative leave until the official end date of their federal service, and that was yesterday.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
100,000. And, you know, as we've been talking about, Trump and the Republicans are like, listen, if you're going to, which they have, if you're going to shut down the government, well, then we just going to take that opportunity then to thin the government as well. By the way, people are reacting. You know, should we, I know we did this before, but let's do a Daily Dan poll real quick on YouTube. Would you be for eliminating the high school diploma as certification for welding or whatever, for trades? Because some people are saying, oh, no, why would you lower the standards? So and that's a fair point. You know, you don't want to lower the standards, but I also think that if we have a situation in America where we don't have as many tradespeople as we clearly need, which is why Trump is doing what he's doing with Harvard, then maybe you just use a little common sense. And by the way, there's a whole bunch of people coming in here illegally that they're taking those jobs that Americans aren't able to get because I guarantee you those people aren't certified. So I think we need to make it easier for Americans to be able to get that certification. And I don't know, Joan, do you think it matters, yes or no? If somebody, because people are arguing with me on the Super Talk, which is fine, Super Text, which is fine. But I don't think it's necessarily lowering the standards of a person who can weld or a person who is really good at being an auto mechanic. Either you can pass the certification test or you can't, regardless as to whether or not you have a high school diploma or not. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong on this, but go take the poll on YouTube.
Don't you think it's worth it? You want to see people have to work for what they're going to do, what they get. I mean, I think it's okay to require a GED. Like, it doesn't have to be you finish high school, but do your GED, get that, and then move on to the next step and the next step. I think it's okay to work toward a goal.
I think it just depends on how far away somebody is on that GED. For example, if somebody dropped out in the 7th grade, you're not going to be able to pass the GED.
Right.
You're just not. But if you can weld like nobody's business, if you can fix a car like nobody's business, or whatever other electrician, but if they know how to do that stuff and they can get the technical certification, then I think that you do that. And by the way, what you're doing then, if you allow those people to do that, then they're going to get that certification. They're going to get more money. And then guess what happens? You're churning the economy. Then you're expanding your tax base. So I think it's a no-lose situation.
I'll do you one better. I think it's got to be, industry to industry. It needs, you need to kind of look at it from that perspective. Because when it comes to mechanics, there's a lot of words, there's a lot of things that, technically speaking, you want to have an understanding on, so you don't cause problems, cause injuries, something like that.
Right.
However, this is what we used to do, is we used to have academy programs in high schools where you had shop, you had woodwork, you had metal, and all these things that you could do. Some of the bigger county high schools out in Tennessee still have mechanics and stuff like that. But you could essentially graduate with your high school diploma and a certification ready to enter the workforce and start working in whatever industry of an academy program that you chose.
Do they not do that anymore?
No, they don't. They took that away and they swapped it out for everyone should go to college. Everyone should try to get into Harvard and Yale and all that stuff.
Yeah. That's a big mistake.
The other thing I would add to that is that it teaches specifically, if you want strong, mature young men at an earlier age, for the guys out there, it's going to, working with your hands teaches you life lessons early on. And then you're not some derelict, frat boy who's on year 7 trying to graduate from some SEC school. If anyone's offended by that, that's on you.
Well, yeah, my 2 cents is I think that if you want to expand the tax base, if you want to improve people's lives, and you want to give people an opportunity, then take away that high school graduation requirement and just let people be. You know what I mean? Now, some people are saying, and okay, fine. Some people are saying, well, this is how you sift, like sifting the sand. This is how you figure out, what separates the men from the boys. And if somebody has a little grit to them, I understand that. But if you dropped out of high school or dropped out of junior high, 6th, 7th, 8th grade for whatever reason, it's going to take them a long time to be able to pass that GED. And it's also, there's some expense to it as well. So I think maybe, I don't want to say a case-by-case basis, but as you said, maybe an industry-by-industry basis. What are people saying on the super text line? Or not the super text line, but the Daily Dan poll. You've got it up. What are people saying?
We're going 71% saying yes, they would be for removing the diploma and GED for certifications. And again, to get into specifics, I think it needs, as you agreed, industry to industry.
Here's more from Trump.
Many of them ended up doing better than the people that were. So by opening up trade school, because we're going to need employees, we're going to need people with skill. And I think I can say, Linda, you feel the same way. By opening up trade school, this would be a giant trade school, series of trade schools. It would be run by Harvard. Now, this is something that we're close to finalizing. We haven't done it yet. But they'd put up $500 million. Interest and everything else would go to that account, meaning go to the trade school. And, it's a big investment in trade school done by very smart people. And then their sins are forgiven. So we have a good chance of getting that close. Yeah.
That's a total Trump move, by the way. That was Trump's idea. So if they want the $500 million back, then they're going to have to open up a bunch of trade schools and help America get the people certified and educated on whether it's AI or, other things related to AI or things that are mechanical, engineering in nature that you can do through some of these trade schools and certifications, then have Harvard help us out. And I don't know if trade schools are in abundance, aren't they? I don't know. Trade schools, I know that here in Tennessee, certainly we have trade schools all over the place because we have the Tennessee Promise. But, I mean, trade schools, there's a lot of them around.
Yeah.
We're not lacking in trade schools.
No, we need more in certain parts of the country, but there are some larger organizations that have kind of branched out into multi-state trade schools. And we need to bring back apprenticeships.
Oh, absolutely.
It needs to be a thing again.
There's a lot of things that we need to do. And if you want to improve the American economy, then, my opinion, this is exactly what you need to do. So earlier, Chris, just so you know, we were talking about Halloween movies, and because I woke up this morning and my lovely wife had put up. Do you do inflatables, Chris?
No, we do not.
Are you uppity on inflatables too, like Joan?
I'm not a fan.
Okay.
Bam.
So you're uppity on inflatables. You're anti-inflatable.
Anti-inflatable.
So I woke up this morning, and the lovely Amy had put up our Halloween inflatables, and I was very surprised, and it's almost becoming like it's a Halloween miracle, where I go to bed at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon because I'm like 90 years old and I work mornings.
Yes.
And I leave at 4 o'clock in the morning, and all the inflatables, all the Halloween inflatables are up, and then Joan Jones.
I popped his inflatable.
Popped my inflatable.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
She said...
Right on the air, in front of everyone.
She said She said... This was her actual quote, Chris. Hurt my feelings. Inflatables are for white trash.
Oh, no.
That is exactly what Joan Jones said.
However, I didn't say that. And Chris, you know me well enough to know that I
you
would
said
not
that.
say that Dan is white trash.
I said that, and then Joan went, yep.
No, it was a Joan cosign.
Yeah.
That almost
Yes.
makes it worse.
It actually does.
It almost makes it worse.
So, but they look really good, actually. And I like my inflatables. So then we started doing this whole thing. I didn't even get to all of the things. We started talking about top signs that you are indeed white trash.
Oh, no.
Like leaving your Christmas lights up all year round, outside.
Right.
That's one of them.
And then
We're asked to be salt and light, Joan.
Yep. Yeah, but not twinkly lights.
So then Sam says, do you have an above ground pool? Which I happen to, yes.
Yeah.
But I've got really fancy,
Decking.
decking around it. So I might be white trash adjacent.
Hold on.
Your white trash removed.
Do you have mini blinds in the windows, and some of them are broken and bent back so that
No.
maybe they're adjusted, like ill-adjusted?
No.
No?
Absolutely not.
Okay, that's a sign.
I've got no, none of you have been to my house. I got a decent house. And the way you're going, you're never going to be invited, by the way.
Right.
So, so no, I don't have any of the other signs of white trashville.
Okay.
The only thing is the inflatables, which I actually like.
There's no car parts scattered across the front lawn.
No.
Then you're good.
No.
Bandit's not tied up to some tree in the yard.
I'd like to, but no. But then people are like, beer cans in the front yard is a true sign
The
that
pool in the front yard, that's a pretty big sign.
Joan did the pool in the front yard. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. I can't think of what else.
That one cousin that's addicted to amphetamines.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a...
Who doesn't have a cousin addicted to amphetamines in 2025?
goodness.
Well,
Stop.
I don't because he died in 2024.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah, so...
Way to take it dark, Sam.
Yeah.
We're having a fun conversation until Sam. Well, way to go, Sam. Anyway, so you're not a fan of the inflatables? You're anti-inflatable?
Yeah, I can't do it.
Why not? You too good?
Yeah, I feel like, I went to the Harvard School of Decorations.
It's ghetto.
Well, before affirmative action, though, right? Because Harvard did give Joy Reid a diploma.
Ghetto?
It's ghetto.
Oh, wow.
How about just tacky?
Judgy much?
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
She's honest.
As long as she, admits it, that's all fine, well, and good then.
Do either of you have a couch on the front porch? Like an old, dusty...
I did it one time.
Yeah.
I did it one time, and when I was living in Richmond, we had a porch couch. We inherited it, and we didn't want to get rid of it.
Really?
Was it all guys living in this house?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect.
It was
Just
awesome.
perfect.
Hey, guys, want to do the epic troll of
Hakeem Hefe?
Hakeem Hefe? Yeah, Hakeem Jeffries. So yesterday we talked about how Trump. Okay, I didn't realize until the very end of the show. It was a big deal yesterday, where Trump had posted this video of Hakeem Jeffries. He's got the sombrero on and the whole thing, and people made a big deal out of it. And so Donald Trump, of course, needs some video. Donald Trump, of course, doubling down where Hakeem Jeffries is on, I guess this is MSNBC.
It's a disgusting video, and we're going to continue to make clear bigotry will get you nowhere. We are fighting to protect the health care of the American.
And there's a mariachi band in the background, and all the players are Trump. And you've got Hakeem Jeffries with that Mexican mustache. I don't know what you call it.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's funny as all get. And Trump is he is leaning right into it.
Yep.
I love it.
Well, people will blame Trump for it, but it was actually a Puerto Rican guy that made that meme.
Oh, listen, Trump owns it, though.
Trump
You know how
just
Trump
reposted it.
I love it.
So funny.
Well, listen, here's the. Oh, by the way, we're also talking about just going back to the inflatables. Have you seen the video of? You probably have of Maxine Waters and the big interview that she had on the Capitol steps.
Yes.
And when I was doing that in the 5 o'clock hour,
And she's saying the quiet parts out loud.
well, yes, she is, but also, I started thinking about a Maxine Waters inflatable for my front yard for Halloween.
That would
I'm
be
so glad that
terrifying.
sentence-
That would be amazing, wouldn't it?
You wouldn't get any trick or treaters. They'd say, not this house, son.
I'm just so glad that sentence ended with the inflatable in my yard.
I don't get it. Why don't you explain that?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
No?
I'm having a slow day. Why don't you
Elaborate.
elaborate. Why don't you
I don't
elab-
think you want him to.
Yeah, thank you, Joan.
So Hakeem Jeffries now he is now talking tough on Donald Trump. Have you heard this? So this is Hakeem Jeffries.
And Mr. President, the next time you have something to say about me, don't.
You know what I love?
I love the people in the background who are making it seem like it's like a hip hop battle from YouTube in the early 2000s. Like, ooh.
Well, the funny thing is he's trying to act all tough and he's like, wait, what the hell am I supposed to say next?
Don't
Don't
cop out through a racist and fake AI video. When I'm back in the Oval Office, say it to my face. Say it to my face.
This is one of the main reasons why the left has lost the youth vote. They can't have any fun. Nothing is fun ever. Nothing can be funny. Like, he should have laughed that off. But like, I saw it. The president's hilarious, and while he's trying to distract us with jokes, we're trying to get health care for Americans.
Right,
like, this
that's
is what
all
you do.
you gotta do.
He's
so dumb.
so dumb.
And he can't get it out of what he wants to say. That's Hakeem Jeffries.
Got to think.
I think he was trying to do the Obama cadence.
Yeah.
If.
He keeps trying to do the Obama cadence, but it's not working.
Dollar Store Obama.
Timu Obama.
Buck Obama.
Buck Obama? Buck Obama.
Specifically,
Lil Bucky.
Dollar Tree Obama.
Not Dollar
General.
I think he's 99 cent Obama. That's what I think.
Well, because of inflation.
Mm-hmm. By the way, when I hear Hakeem Jeffries speak, do you know what I hear?
So there it is again.
I heard the sound effect once, and I thought to myself, I'm stuck in traffic. How many times am I going to hear this sound effect? And the answer was not enough. I thought you could have.
I can fix that.
I thought you could have done it more.
You know what? You should have heard in the 5 o'clock hour, man. I was en fuego with my little sound effect. I was.
In fuego, does that mean on fire?
Yes, it does.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're going to do racist memes, you better say it to Hakeem Jeffries' face.
That's exactly right. You know, the funny thing is, though, you're right. They're making this seem like this is, they've literally, okay, you know what? I would say to Hakeem Jeffries, okay, if you're going to call me a fascist, you come say it to my face.
Right?
Jackhole.
You were in the office. Why didn't you call me Hitler?
Why didn't you call me? Yeah, you know what? That's great. Why didn't you come and why didn't you call me a fascist to my face?
All the Dems always want to tour the ICE facilities. Why don't you tell the ICE agents that they're the Gestapo while you're there?
Oh, see, that's a great point. That is a great point. So I think, I don't know. I think they're going to lose on this one. I think the Democrats are going to lose on this one. I think that even though they're trying to pin this on Trump, polling shows that people are buying into the Schumer shutdown.
Yep.
Wait a minute. They're buying into the Schumer shutdown.
My favorite part about
Timing
that
is
is how you wait for
like
it to
that?
wind down. You wait for it to wind down.
I know, I'm so dumb.
Get him out. Throw him out into the cold.
What did you bring for
Don't give him
this?
that coat. No coat.
Well, TPUSA returned to Utah last night. This is their first event back in Utah. It was at Utah State University, and they had a wild crowd. 6,000 people showed up.
Did they
for this
really?
event, and it was awesome. But before the event could get started, there was a bomb threat.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Yep. It didn't deter the crowd. The crowd ended up going anyway, but the bomb squad had to show up, and they actually had to explode a suspicious package on the campus.
You sent this to me, and I can't.
It's just in your Twitter DMs.
I know, but I'm not. It hasn't downloaded.
Should have been about 11 minutes ago. It says update. Dude,
Stand by. Here we go.
there we go.
And what happened?
It exploded.
There you go.
That's the scene outside Utah State University before the TPUSA event.
That's a significant amount of explosive.
So, was there an actual bomb?
Listen, I don't know, but in my head, I'm like, wouldn't a bomb make a bomb explode more?
Well, that's
I'm not a bomb guy. I'm gonna have full disclosure.
I think they like isolate it somehow.
Yeah, so they isolate it and do what's called a soft charge, at least the term that was given to me by my uncle who served 30 years in the military. And the soft charge is supposed to detonate whatever's underneath it. If it's a non-threat, you just hear a little bit of a, and that's it. But if it's an actual bomb, you get that kind of a sound, which is significant because it echoes.
So did you think, judging from the sound and your uncle's expertise,
Yes. He taught me how to...
would you say that was a real bomb?
Yeah, I would. I would argue that it just because it should be softer if it's not an actual.
Listen,
threat.
I heard. What did you say? Soft charge?
Yeah,
I heard soft charge, and I thought Tennessee Men's Clinic.
Dan. Seriously.
What? Listen, look at all these.
Men are going through it, Joan.
Yeah, it's a serious problem. Just
Yeah.
ask the sales department.
Yeah, Joan.
Come on, man.
By the way, when I heard the soft charge, what? When I heard the soft charge, I did think about that conversation that they did have with resting B-face Maxine Waters.
Democrats want to prioritize the health care of illegal aliens
I have to see this
over
again.
a government shutdown, because if the government does shut down, American
Excuse
employees are going to
me,
be furloughed.
stop it right there. We're not prioritizing. What we're doing is saying simply we want to keep the government open, and we want to work with the Republicans and have a bipartisan agreement to keep this government open, and health care is at the top of our agenda.
Now, what's funny is, and this is, if you've seen the video, people, if you're watching on YouTube or whatever, I mean, she does. Maxine Waters looks like she belongs on somebody's front lawn as a Halloween decoration.
Yes, she looks more and more like a skeleton every day.
She does. And that resting Maxine Waters face, I mean, it's like redundant.
Democrats demanding health care for illegal aliens?
Democrats are demanding health care for everybody. We want to save lives.
What does she not understand about what she's saying? Everybody.
We want to save lives.
That's what she wants.
She's also just is a full exposure of how they don't want objective, honest journalism in their faces.
Oh, no, she got upset.
We want to make sure that health care is available to those who would die, but
Would die.
People die every day.
having the
People die at the hands of illegal aliens that come into our country for the free stuff.
There you
help
go,
of
Dan.
their government.
Yeah, Joan. Say it again, Joan.
There you go, Dan.
I wanted to make sure I didn't step on the Joan applause because it doesn't happen ever.
We'll isolate it and clip it.
Could you?
So you're good with the government shutdown, even if it means giving health care to people who aren't American citizens?
Well, that's what you're pushing on. What you're trying to do is you're standing here and you're trying to make me say that somehow we're going to put non-citizens over Americans. Quit it.
Isn't like everyone
You already did. You don't have to say it.
Yeah.
We've watched.
But she says, quit it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
This is the kind of journalism we don't need.
Yeah, we don't need journalists actually asking honest questions.
How dare you?
How dare you?
You're divisive. No, you're not.
Yeah, no,
You're being divisive. No, please. You don't need to ask that question. You're just trying to get controversy here. You're not going to get it from me. We want to save health care for all people. Thank you.
Thank you, Congresswoman.
You're not going to get controversy from me. So a bit late, Congresswoman.
I didn't know you could also sound like a mummy on top of looking like one.
I like the reporter that I don't know who that was, but she was very good. She was very tolerant of Maxine Waters with her waggy finger.
Well, what's the best thing you do, Joan, when you want people to comment? You just let them. You're silent and let them talk.
Yeah,
and that's what she did. I don't know who that is actually. You know who that is?
She thanked her. She walked away. I thought she was very professional.
You know what?
She was from Mike Lindell's TV network.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you'll notice, I mean, CNN, MSNBC, they're not asking Maxine Waters the serious questions like that.
Nope.
Because they know better.
No, to your point earlier, you said the most serious journalism MSNBC does is when they ask Pelosi about her net worth.
It's exactly right.
Listen,
if
you're making $200,000 a year and you put it in a good savings account with a good interest rate, you too can gain a $600 million net worth. Anybody can do it. I'm tired. I'm tired of you smearing Pelosi.
Yeah.
The good name.
That's all you got to do.
Of Nancy Pelosi.
Find a credit union. You too could turn that salary into a few million.
How about you, bitch? You make that deal?
I'd make that deal.
I don't blame you. Damn good deal.
Good deal.
Save your pennies. You know, instead of buying that cup of coffee every week.
That's it.
You put that, $8-9 into a whatever.
I've never seen Pelosi with Starbucks. So, she tightens the purse strings.
By the way, when I think of soft charge. Hey, Chris, what's coming up at 9:05?
Well, we'll talk about the Turning Point event. We'll talk about the government shutdown. Jason Whitlock is going to be joining the show at 9:35 to break down the Super Bowl halftime controversy.
Nice.
And we'll also dive a little bit into drugs and how they're going to cost less.
Yes. I don't want to blow your tease, but bypassing the pharmaceuticals?
Yeah.
All cash?
Let's go.
Let's go. I'm going to go away.